There we go. Hello, 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 beautiful blessed beings of love and light. Natasha Monique here, and welcome to your Goddess Guidance. I know we haven't done one in like 2 weeks because I don't remember who it was who asked me what was like the Native American equivalent to like an Isis and an Oshun. And as soon as the question was asked, the goddess we're going to talk about today, White Buffalo Calf Woman, popped into my head, but I'm like, wait, is there a different equivalent? So I've been doing buku research and no, there isn't. So let me go back for a second. Welcome. My name is Natasha Monique, founder of the Sacred Alchemy School for the Modern Witch, and the founder of the Awakening Sacred Alchemy program. Welcome, welcome to today's Goddess Guidance. So, yeah, I've done some research. Hey, Aaron, what's up? So, I've done some research. I did extensive research about what Native American goddess can be akin to like Isis and Oshun. And I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one because I should have just trusted my instincts because I was not looking for who I knew was the best equivalent, which is White Buffalo Calf Woman. And in my research, I found that, Native Americans, they go by tribes, and each tribe has their own spiritual beliefs. So they have their own names for particular gods and goddesses and their functions and what they do. So after all that research, I'm like, you know what? I've got to go back to White Buffalo Calf Woman because I think she fits the bill the best. And she does. She fits the bill the best. All right. So tonight's guidance is all about White Buffalo Calf Woman. With Isis and Oshun, they're like on that same level with White Buffalo Calf Woman, that savior, that bringing of life and peace. Because what White Buffalo Calf Woman did, hey Dee, is she is a symbol of peace, peace within yourself, peace in your external relationships, and peace in all of humanity. She's the bringer of peace and the keeper of peace. And we all need that peace. We need that peace and that solace inside of us for us to really grow and learn and pay attention to what's going on in the world. We've got to have peace. We can't come from a mindset of hatred and being vindictive and having revenge and things like that, and have our hearts being closed and darkened by revenge and wanting to do things that are not in alignment with a peaceful path. So, I've got my handy dandy notes, so I make sure I say everything that I want to say. So now, she is central to the Lakota people. Hey, Amanda. That's her main tribe that she spoke to was the Lakota and the Sioux. That's what she came down and spoke to. But White Buffalo Calf Woman is revered across all Native American tribes. So that I guess is her big connect. Like she is the goddess. What she did was she appeared, there was famine. Okay, there was famine in the land in North America around the Dakotas. That's where the Lakotas and the Sioux were. They were like around the Dakotas in the United States, and there was famine. Okay, everyone was starving, everyone was super hungry, famine going on. They didn't know what to do, so some warriors, hunters, went out to search for food. They come to the top of this hill and they see a little speck of light. Hey, Crystal. And they're like, what is that speck of light? As that speck of light comes closer to them, they see it is the most beautiful woman that they've ever seen. Beautiful, long, free flowing hair, save one thread of her hair was around a white buffalo calf, like white buffalo skin. One of her strands of hair was twirled in, the rest was free flowing. She was in this beautiful gown of white buffalo with porcupine quills and eagle feathers adorning this beautiful gown. Her skin was just glowing, that glowing reddish bronze, and she was just the most beautiful woman. So on approaching her, one of them popped fly, like, oh yeah, you cute, like hit her with that, and lightning came, struck him down. I'm a goddess. You don't talk to me like that. The other hunter was revered her, respected her. So she said, okay, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go back to your people. I need you to prepare a space for me because I'm going to come and visit you and I'm going to help y'all out, basically. So he did that. He went back They formulated the proper sacral TP for her and things like that. Now the hunters that were there were not just from the Lakota tribe. They were from actually the 7 campfires, the 7 sacred tribes around that area, the 7 main tribes. They were all coming together because they were all in this famine together. So they were thinking together, how can we feed all of our people? So there were representatives from all 7 of the tribes. You'll see 7 is a very important number for white buffalo calf woman. So all of those tribes were together. They formulated this sacred space. And in I think about 3 or 4 days' time, here she comes. White buffalo calf woman comes and greets them, and they revere her sister. Hi, thank you so much coming to help us. What knowledge and wisdom do you have for us? One of the first things she gave in her satchel that she was carrying, she had white sage with her, and she had what we call today the peace pipe, which is actually a sacred pipe. This pipe is that connection for the people above and below. Okay, they hold the bowl with their left hand. Let me make sure I have that right because I am not good with my lefts and rights. Sorry. Yes, the bowl of the pipe in the left hand and the stem in the right hand. And as you are smoking this, you are a walking prayer because now the stem reaches up to the heavens, the bowl down to the earth. Now, in all of Native American tribes, no matter what tribe it is, the sky up above is considered grandfather, and the earth down below is considered grandmother. So you're connected to grandmother and grandfather. Now, the actual tobacco that was in there was pure red tobacco. Hey, Robin. But white buffalo calf woman lit it with her sacred eternal flame. So that eternal flame can burn forever so that everyone can share on this peace pipe and share that same type of energy, that same connection above and below, and be that connection, be that above and below connection, be at peace within themselves and within everyone else in the tribe. Okay, so now one of the most important things that she brought to these people was the 7 rites, the 7 sacred rites. So let's go through. They're not in a particular order. You'll see as I go through them. They're not in a particular order of when you need to perform these rites, but there are 7 sacred rites that need to be performed throughout your lifetime. And in addition to teaching them about the peace pipe, about connecting above and below, she taught them these 7 sacred rites. So, number 1, again, not in any particular order, all right? To renew life, that's going into a sweat lodge, okay? So when you're going into a sweat lodge, it's built like a round structure, like a dome type structure. That's the best word to describe it. And you have the heated stones in the beginning, in the middle, and you use a ladle to put water on it, and creates that steam, like a steam room, like an old school steam room. But what that does, hey Samantha, is that helps you to sweat out all of your toxins and your impurities, so then you are renewing your life. Okay, that's one of the rites. Another rite is crying for a vision. All right, that's a vision quest. That's when you have a holy man or woman take you out into the desert, leave you there with just maybe a buffalo blanket, and that's it, no food, no water, and they leave you out there for 4 days in the attempt for you to really concentrate, meditate, focus, so that you can hear messages and get a vision. That vision is not always readily interpreted, so you take that vision back. Oh, I love that. You take that vision back to your tribe. You speak with the holy members of your tribe, and they help you to interpret that vision. So that vision is not just for you, it's for yourself and for the betterment of the entire tribe. Third rite we're going to talk about is keeping of the spirit. This is when a loved one passes away. You allow yourself 1 year to grieve for that loved one. You put together like a shrine, so to speak, an altar for this loved one. You all go and visit it. You feed it every day, this shrine. You're feeding the spirit. After 1 year, you close it down. You shut it down. Your grieving is over. So then that spirit can pass over. That one really struck with me because I know a lot of times us as human beings, we grieve for so long. We will grieve over someone for 10, 20, 30 years and grieve for them. And when we grieve, we're grieving for ourselves, not for that person, because that person is no longer with us. Their physical being is no longer with us. Their spiritual being needs to go somewhere. With you grieving and holding on to it, you're the one who's holding on to their spiritual self and not allowing their spiritual self to ascend or go where they need to go. So that 1 year, you have 1 year to grieve it, get it out, feed them, give them, put things that they love all around, do that and keep it pushing. Now that's very different. It's different and similar to having like the ofrenda that you have in like the Santeria spirituality, where which I practice myself on Dia de los Muertes, having an ancestor wreath where you just pay homage to your ancestors. When you have that ancestor wreath, you're not grieving for those ancestors throughout the year and then putting them on the ofrenda. You are celebrating them for that one day and like, yes, I loved you. I still love you. You are still welcome. Let your spirit be free. So that's just the distinction between that and this sacred rite. The fourth is a sun dance, which is held in the summer of the full moon. And it's really just a way to increase your energy, prepare yourself for the hunt, prepare yourself to be a warrior, prepare yourself for the winter that's coming, because winters are hard. Like they're hard for us in our housing structures with our pipes freezing and things like that happening and us going through snowstorms. Imagine what it was like back when North America was just filled with our indigenous people, and they didn't have these brick and mortar structures that we had. They had teepees made of buffalo skins. So and they had to hunt and gather and farm like for their food and for their things. They couldn't just go out to the grocery store and get them. So it's a preparation of energy and enlightenment. Yes, that's what the last ritual is about. Grieve, feed them, and set them free. That's why you grieve for just the 1 year. Exactly, Samantha. Yep. So, okay, Sundance is held in the summer and the full moon, and it's all about getting our energy together. Hey, Christine. All right, so now the fifth, right, we're going to talk about is making relatives. I love this one because this is like, how that, hey, Kiara, how we talk about family, all right? They are not your biological family, but they're more than a friend. This is an actual ritual to solidify that, okay? It solidifies the relationship of others. This can be from mother to child, child to other people, friend to friend, and it also solidifies your relationship to Wakantanka, which is spirit, like their interpretation of that's who they call spirit, who we call God, Allah, Jehovah, whatever name you want to use. It's Wankantaka for the Lakota people, and it's that connection. So you connect and build yourself. It's like a baptism, kind of like you're giving yourself to God. You're doing that so that you're forging that relationship. But you can do that also with other members in the tribe and with members in other tribes when you're like forming alliances. It's like you're now my adopted brother, sister. Like we're now family. We're family. That's what that is. I think that's a beautiful one. This next one, all right. I suggested we do this for my niece, and everyone laughed at me. So when I was going through this and actually getting these seven sacred rites, I'm like, see, I'm not crazy. This is a sacred thing, and we should all do it. It's a puberty ceremony. It's for when a young lady first gets her menses, all right? When she first gets her period. We always think like, okay, when I first got on my menstrual cycle, my mom said, you can get pregnant now, right? End. That was the end of it. That was it. That was all I got talked about. That was it. What this is a ceremony celebrating the fact that she's now a woman, celebrating that she can be a full and whole Lakota woman, that she can be a woman of all of her voluptuousness. She can take on her role as wife and mother, being that knowledgeable one. Native Americans believed and still believe that a woman is so sacred. Her womb space is so sacred. She is so wise because she can bleed for days on end and not die. Okay. And before they knew modern science of how babies were actually made, they didn't connect that, okay, I lay with this woman, I'm actually ejaculating into her, and my sperm is fertilizing her egg, and that's how we're creating a baby, and she gets pregnant. It was just like, wow, she can bleed for 7 days, and then she can create life in her belly, in her womb. She's sacred. She is special. She is a goddess. Like, women were put on high pedestals. We totally need to get back to that in our modern society. Thank you for all the hearts. And put us, our feminine energy, back on that pedestal. Celebrate the fact that we get a menstrual cycle every month, because that is that signification for us that we are now of age and of wisdom to be able to breathe life, to bring life, to create life. Okay, that we are in that flow. I'm so glad you said seven cycle, because I was just saying before you even popped on, Crystal, I think that that magical number of seven, that's with White Buffalo Calf Woman, the seven sacred rites, first of all, the seven tribes who came together with her. All right, so let's go on to the seventh before we go on to more of what we're talking about with her. The seventh, and now again, these rites are done throughout your life. They're not in any chronological order. Is throwing the ball. Okay, this is a type of a game that is to help cure people when someone is sick, and to also give blessings of overall well-being for everyone around in the tribe. Okay, so it gives overall well-being for everyone. So White Buffalo Calf Woman gave these rights, informed them of these are the things that you need to do when these things happen. To Wankantaka, this is how you can connect yourself above and below, within and without, because in these ceremonies you are, with the peace pipe being a walking prayer, you're connected above and below just by smoking with the internal eternal flame. But before you even take that first pull, so to speak, of the peace pipe, the sacred pipe, okay, you have to do a ritual where you are connecting yourself and you offer it to the four corners, to the four directions. All right, that's your within and without, above and below, within, without. She taught them all of these sacred rituals, and in doing so, her motivation for teaching them this was to bring peace within themselves as individuals, peace within their own tribe, and peace amongst all the other tribes. To let's stop fighting with each other, and let's really use all of the abundance that's here so that we can all eat, basically, so that none of us are starving, so we can all be abundant, so we can all have everything that we need. So now, okay, so like I said, she taught them how to use the pipe, how to pray, and how to connect above, below, within, and without. So the number seven, okay, that's the number that is associated with White Buffalo Calf Woman. There's the seven sacred ceremonies, okay, the seven sacred rites that we just talked about, seven sacred campfires, and then the seven sacred councils. Those are the seven tribes that were in that area that all came together and got this knowledge and wisdom from White Buffalo Calf Woman. So see that number seven, boom, 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 comes over and over and over again. That's the number that it's associated with White Buffalo Calf Woman. So when you need peace in your life, when there's too much craziness going on, tap into the energy of that divine number seven. I know when we have a seven vibrational day, I always let you all know that it is a divine number. It's that divine change. And that change needs to go from chaos to peace, needs to go from disorder to order, from imbalance to balance. That's what that sacred seven does for us. And like, see, it's like kind of a lightning bolt. Okay, connecting that within and without to that above and below. It's like if you were to extend a seven, like put two, I don't even know if I can do it with my fingers. There we go. No, I can't put two sevens together and my fingers would go the right way. But if you had two sevens back to back, it makes kind of a cross if you were to extend it up. And it gives you those four cardinal directions, that within and without, above and below, so that you're all the way connected and you're putting that change in you that brings about peace. So what do you do when you are at a loss, you're imbalanced, you need peace, and you would like the assistance of White Buffalo Calf Woman? I know I spoke about building altars with Isis and Oshun. White Buffalo Calf Woman is very easy in that an altar is not really required, okay, for her. It is just centering yourself, connecting to your heart, and breathing peace into yourself, okay? items that are associated with her that if you would like to use them to help to enhance your connection with her are eagle's feathers and porcupine quills, okay? Because remember her dress of the white buffalo calf, the white buffalo was adorned in porcupine needles and eagle feathers, as was the peace pipe, which was the bowl of it was a buffalo calf skull. The stem of it was redwood, like those redwood reeds like that, and it had eagle's feathers coming all down it. All right, it's that entire connection all together. You open your heart to peace and love and just let it in. Just let her in. Say, please, white buffalo calf woman, help me to have peace in this situation. Help me to find a peaceful resolution to this inquiry. Help me to find a peaceful resolution to this problem. Help myself to be at peace and the person who I'm quarreling with to be at peace as well. Just help us to have peace. And it really does. So now let's talk about the significance of a white buffalo calf. So now in North America, buffalo bison, it's another name for it. They used to be aplenty, okay, until colonizers came in and shot them all up. Okay, because the Native Americans are indigenous tribes. They knew to take only what they needed because the herds needed to replenish. They needed to stay there to sustain themselves. You need to sustain the herd to sustain you. All right, when colonizers came in, they didn't really care about that. Oh, look at that great hide. It's nice and warm. It'll keep us warm. We can use it as blankets. We can eat the meat. We can trade this. We can make money off of it. So they almost decimated all of the buffalo that we had in North America. Hey, Deja. So now the significance of a white buffalo calf is that they are super rare. And so in our indigenous people, they're considered sacred. We have brown buffalo, black buffalo, red buffalo. You'll see them a lot. When a white buffalo calf is born, Native Americans see that as a symbol of harmony and rebirth, like a reset, a renewal. Harmony is coming and we're renewing, we're resetting the harmony that's going on. So that's why it's considered so sacred. So with her coming in her white buffalo skins representing the white buffalo, and as she left the people going over the hill after she gave them all of these gifts, wisdom and knowledge, and she said, okay, you got it, you're good, I'm out. As she was leaving, she rolled over 4 times. The first time she rolled over, she turned into a black buffalo, then a brown buffalo, then a red buffalo, finally a white buffalo. And as she was as that white buffalo, she then ascended and went on back to her own realm. She was there to do her duty. She did her duty and then she left. So we can call on her when we need peace. So her color is, of course, white. Lighting a white candle, having white lights around you, wearing white yourself, that purity, that peace, that harmony. Just centering yourself and calling her peace to come into your heart to help you resolve your issues in a peaceful way. Help me to find a peaceful resolution to this inquiry. Help me to be at peace and for the people around me to be at peace. And just breathe and allow her to come into you. Allow her to just give you that knowledge and wisdom because that's what she wants to do. You respect her, she's going to respect you, and she's going to help you to figure out how to peacefully resolve anything that's going on in your life. So boom, let me just check over my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I did not. So boom, there is your guidance on White Buffalo Calf Woman. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it resonated with you. Please do share this video if you think others will benefit from it. I appreciated so much sharing this with you. If there is any goddess that you would like to know about, just message me or email me at tarot.tosh.balance@gmail.com, and I will definitely put a video together so that we can all learn from that knowledge. I'm very happy to do that and happy to help you in any of your transformational needs and tapping into your sacred alchemy. If you're questioning what sacred alchemy is, like, let me know if I should maybe do a separate video on that to really break that down for everyone so you can see exactly what it is, my path is, and what I do and what my goal is. I might just do that, but let me know if that would be of interest to you because the 7:30 videos are all about guidance and wisdom for you, to help you enlighten and heighten your spiritual self. So please do embody White Buffalo Calf Woman. Be peace, be at love, be at peace, be in harmony. And if you need more peace in your life, just call on her. Call on her, and she'll be there to help you. So peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Have a beautiful and blessed evening. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah.